statement on infrastructure come in. Congressman Jim Renacci, Republican from Ohio, and a member of the Tax Writing and Budget Committees. How's this going to be paid for? I believe it's a $1 trillion plan over 10 years. Who pays?
Well, good morning, Stuart. No matter what, eventually the consumer is going to have to pay some way, somehow. But I think in the end, what we really need to do is come up with a plan where we're working together, private sector and the government sectors working together to be able to get infrastructure plan done. We have to do something. Again, our infrastructure is in some places 40 years old. So I think it's coming together and working together in private-public partnerships.
Investors seem to think that this is our best shot at getting something done in this Congress. Infrastructure. You're smiling again, sir, but you agree with investors?
Well, look, I think infrastructure is something that is bipartisan. Republicans and Democrats both want to do it. But I would also tell you, so is tax reform important, too. And I do think that we need to get that done as well.
Okay, well, let me throw this at you. There's a new poll, economists surveyed by Bloomberg. The vast majority of those economists think, yes, we'll get tax cuts, but not until November of next year when there's the elections. What do you say to that?
Well, I sure hope not, because, look, next year is an election year. That's always a process. Look, when I came to Washington 6 years ago, I learned very quickly when you get into those political years, usually things slow down even more. So we're not in the political year yet. Next year will be the political year. We really do need to get some things done by the end of this year, and I think it's important that we get tax reform done, tax cuts done. We've got to move forward on that, too.
Congressman, you've heard me say this before. You often say, we should do this, we must do this, we ought to do this. It's absolutely very important that we do this. We've heard it so many times before, and we still haven't done it. And you've got an extremely crowded congressional calendar coming right in front of you.
Well, I tell everybody we need to get there and stay there till we get things done, especially when it comes to tax return. We have to work with this president. This president was elected on tax reform, on health care reform, on infrastructure. We have to get one of those things done this year. I would hope we get at least two and maybe even three. We've tried with health care, now it's infrastructure, now it's tax reform. But I do think we're willing to work together, bipartisan when it comes to infrastructure. That's why I believe we can get that done. Okay. But at the same time, tax reform can get done too. Maybe not comprehensive tax reform, but we can cut rates, we can do something territorial, and we can do it now. And I think that's the direction we need to take.
All right, Congressman, we always appreciate you being with us, even though I badger you constantly about what we ought to do. And you know it, but we appreciate you being here, sir.